So, we are live. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. So, I'm Helen Rennervik, and together with my fabulous co host, Katarina Hanssen Carlsson, we are so excited to launch our new series, The Power Years. We created this space because so often life after 50 or 60 is seen as something to slow down. But what if the best years are still ahead? And what if this stage of life is not about decline, but about stepping into new beginnings, vitality, and deeper purpose? So we made a commitment to ourselves and to you that we are going to come on here now for at least 1 month, we have said, every Friday at 3 o'clock. We will be here with a fresh theme. And every session will be guided by 3 simple but powerful questions exploring our mind and our body and our soul. So we hope to spark meaningful conversation and share experience and inspire you to see this chapter of life as one energy, growth, and fulfillment. So, Katarina, I'm so happy we are doing this together. So before we dive in to today's topic, would you like to share a few words about why the power years matter to you?
Absolutely, Helene. The power years, for me personally, I have to say that I feel in my power years more powerful than ever before. I run a company and 2 foundations, and we're making an impact on the world. And honestly thrive every day. Now, could I say that when I was in my 20s or 30s? No, because I was searching for my core values. I was searching for who I really was authentically. I was searching for 20 years for my driving purpose. And I found it. I found it in one day with my core values. So now I'm helping people globally to find their purpose and to make the years ahead, whether they're in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, 50s, 60s, or onward, to find their driving purpose and thrive in life.
Lovely. And now I connected that. So I also found my core values in my 40s. And I didn't know that because Katarina and I, we have only met this past week and we connected and so much synergy, and we are aligned in so many things. Although we have lived in different parts of the world, now we are actually in the same country. Not at the moment, we're not in the same place, but we are in the same city too. So we are bringing our both experience and how we have gone through life. And like Katarina said, it took me that long too until I knew my core values, and that's what I live by today. So Katarina, she was very hands-on and said, let's take 3 questions and let's explore them. So we are going to go in, like I said, let's start with our mind. So, how can we change this? Or let's just take, how can we shift our mindset to see life after 50 or 60 and onwards, not as a wind down, but as a time for new beginnings? So what do you say, Katarina?
Thank you, Helen. It's a great question. And a lot of people think, well, I'm just longing to to get my pension and then I can just relax. I can watch Netflix every day. I can play golf every day. But so what? Kind of boring, I would say. I mean, you've got all this wisdom behind you. You've got all this experience. What are you going to do with it? Play golf and watch Netflix?
You can play golf too, yeah?
Why not? Why? But let's look at worst case scenario. Supposing we globally decide, well, I'm getting older, I'm going to get my pension, and I'm just going to watch my body grow old.
No.
That's worst case scenario. How horrible is that to look in the mirror and go, another wrinkle, blah, I love do that. And they just watch themselves and they don't realize that the body, we're coming to that soon, the body actually is its own healer. And it will, if you do the right things and treat your body well, it will work for you. So, worst case scenario, you wait to grow old, you wait. I have a friend who said, I'm going to get a rollator. I don't even know what it is.
Walking,
Yeah, a walker.
a walker, yes. Swedish is called the rollator for everyone.
No, but I know the Swedish word. Not the word. Because my mind doesn't even go there. What would I want use a walker for? I run. I rollerblade. I swim all summer and I skate. Ice skate all winter, and not just short times. It's like 2 kilometers. I skate. So, and 500 meters I swim. So we can look at it. I look at it as a sabotage strategy. Let's get older and more wrinkled and get a walker and have a boring life. Or,
But it's nothing wrong to have a walker if we really need a walker, no?
no, if you need it, but why not use your legs, right? I see so many people like bent down, bent over, and they think that's the way to go because everybody does it. No, you can rollerblade. You can, but use your legs, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So, how do you change your mind? First of all, you change who you think you are, and you find your peak status, your peak authentic identity. And how do you find that? You go to a time when you were brilliant, you were thriving, because that's still you and can always be you, right? Also, you find like a bad habit and you change it. Like, what's your bad habit that makes you older? I mean, do you eat pizza and, you know, pizza and hot dogs and fast food every day? Or do you actually treat your body well? I mean, what habits do you have? What old habits do you have? And what young habits could you have? And then find your core value, find your driving purpose, create a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year vision, and focus on your driving purpose and your vision every single day, and you will thrive. You get up. Nobody's going to tell you to get up, but you're going to get up. You're going to thrive because you're going to be driven. That's how you change your mind.
Hmm. And like we were speaking in the past few conversations we have had, because if we are going to look when we are in our 50s, and I have heard so too, oh no, I have to work now until I retire. And for me, because I don't know what tomorrow have, start today. Because what if you don't reach there? Then you're just sitting waiting for that. You're just going to continue doing. No, start, like you said, start to prepare now. We are all our business. This body is my business. Whether I go to a job and I have, a job, or I have my own business, or whatever I do, but start creating your business out of you here.
Yes.
So like we were talking, even if you're employed, but what if you started preparing yourself? This is what I would like to do. And you start to take actions. And, even in a week, okay, I tell people too, don't just quit your job and start your own business, because it is a lot of things you have to do when you open your own business. So start to prepare that. That is all a mind shift. We can put those, if we have that vision. Yes, when in 10 years, I do the opposite. You go there. I start 10 years, 5, then I go 9 years. What do I have to do 9 years to be there in 10 years? Then I go to 5 years, then 4 years. What do you have to do to be there in 5 years and go down? And then, you can have every month. You should know, or not should, what if you chose, because I don't like shoulds and coulds on this.
Should you love yourself?
Yes, exactly. And start to make small step towards that. So I think, that's a little bit our mind. We will now go on towards the body.
Right. Beautiful.
Because what role do health, energy, and movement play making these years vibrant and fulfilling? And I heard you said start preparing when you are in your 30s. So I'm a PT too, a personal trainer. So that is something that is very close to my heart. So I have done body balance. I, um, uh, you know, hit all these different things, but find something that you enjoy. I do yoga too. That's really good. But sometimes my body needs to be pushed a little bit more. Now I have got a lumbago, so, ryggskott. So I have to take care, but I need to move again. I still need to move. Our body is made to move. And I just recently, a few months ago, because I just have to grow, so I took my another certification, and that's for older adults. So it's even more important when we are over the age of 60. Strength training is so important. And I knew that before too. But then I just learned a little bit more, because there's a huge population over 60 that are living and thriving. And during these years, playing golf is great. But again, if we play golf, we swing to one side, and we need to swing from the other side because we have to train all the sides. But at least you're out moving. It's so important to move, even more important than you are younger, because our body will, it's not that easy to make and maintain muscles like it was when you're at younger age. So you have to move and do more. And a lot of people are like, oh, I never worked out. I didn't do anything. No, now take the time. Even if you're in your 50s and you didn't move, start doing something. And this, I'm serious about it. It's not just for your bodies, for your mind. It's not just how you look, but you will live. And this is a promise I have made to myself. You will live a much better and fulfilled life when we can move, because our body is made to move. So now I give it over to you. Now I've done my little rant there.
Thank you, Helene. That's wonderful. Yes, I totally agree. Energy, we have to have energy. I mean, the first thing we talked about today was mind, with focus, 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 focus. Now we're talking about energy. And by the way, we have a little gift for you that we will give to you at the end. And it's a way, this is a clue, of combating fear. If we get rid of fear, you have an unlimited life. So, health, body. I mean, I love it that you've done yoga, Helene. I've done yoga for years and years and years. I think 20 years, every single day, nonstop. And then I got kind of tired of it. So I started rollerblading instead.
Amazing.
Because my body wanted to move more. Most people think, well, as you mature, you're going to have less energy. Oh, well, excuse me, I've got more energy than I had it when I was in my 30s.
Do you wear a helmet?
Good question. When I'm ice skating, I wear a helmet. Usually when I rollerblade, I don't wear a helmet. I choose quite a safe little hill that hasn't got too much gravel on it, or no gravel at all. When I bike to my son, I wear a helmet because otherwise I get in big trouble.
By?
Sorry?
By whom? By yourself?
My son. Yeah. You've got to pump your tires on your bike, Mum, and you've got to wear a helmet, Mum. So I wouldn't dare go visit him without my helmet and my pumped tires.
That's good.
He keeps me in shape. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes exercise every single day, no matter what. Even if you have to run downstairs, I have 3 flights of steps, and run upstairs as well. Not everybody can do that, but start somewhere. As Helene said, go for a walk. And then the next time, do a few paces of running and then walk, because you still can run, keep running. I mean, there are people who are 100 years old and still compete in marathons. 100 years old. So we can too. All right. Another thing, water.
Yeah.
With lemon.
Yeah.
And this one has rosemary to keep the water fresh every single day, all day. And I even have water at night if I have to get up in the middle of the night. So what? My body, my brain needs water. All right. Number one. Celery juice. Go to Anthony Williams, celery juice, medical medium. I've been drinking celery juice every single day for 3 years, and it transformed my life and my body. So, celery juice, exercise, energy. So, make sure you do this every single day and watch what you eat. If you actually drink celery juice, you'll start making better choices. For example, if you're really healing your body, if you're really cleansing your body, olive oil and butter is not a good idea, even with beans. So take beans with a little bit of, condiments, whatever you want to put on them. But I've got rid of cheese almost completely. I eat a little cheese, but I've got rid of pounds of cheese, and my tummy is almost flat. So you could do that. So yeah,
That's not easy in Sweden to get rid of cheese because.
oh no, because,
But what about fresh cheese?
well, it's still high protein, high fat, and that's not good for the body. We've been programmed to think that high fat, high protein is good for the body and keeps our muscles going. No, look at a bull. A bull eats grass, and I'm not saying to everybody eat grass. No, but I'm saying eat lots of vegetables. The Greeks were right. Ancient Greeks, they ate lots of vegetables, lots of fruits. Got lots of vitamins in there, and you've got protein too.
So that was a little bit about the body. Then to bind both the mind and the body together, we should never forget about our soul. And, we all have whatever, however we are connecting, but that's why in the morning when I wake up, it's so important that I don't just rush away. I try to ground myself, that I feel my feet on the floor. I feel my body, just to touch yourself like this. So you're actually present in your body, because it's so easy. A lot of people have an alarm on and they put it out and then they get up. But, just to come back to your body, and that you can do that during the day, through your breath, connect with your breath. Just to start to go inwards, because that's where everything happens, and that's the question we have here. How do purpose, creativity, and contribute and keep us feeling alive and connected? I do believe that we have to be connected to ourselves, to our body, before we can connect with others. That's, because energy is not something we speak, I mean, it can, of course, come out there too, but it's something we feel. We feel energy everywhere. And that's why animals, they don't speak with us. They feel the energy. And, in earth and in, everywhere, it's energy. And, so that's the first thing, be connected to yourself and, go inwards. And also know, and there's nothing right or wrong, what my core values are for me. And it doesn't matter for someone else, but when we can know our core values and live from them, then it's so much easier to know how we want to, live our life. And that's this is one thing I wish I knew when I was younger. If I would have known my core values, because that's why I don't like this, because it goes against my core values. Now I know it. Mine is trust, honesty, and curiosity. I've always been curious. When I was young, I was always asking why. Now I have other questions also. And sometimes people are like, okay, maybe you shouldn't be asking questions, but that's how I learned. So, maybe I should be a little more quiet. I'm not quiet now. All that.
Thank goodness you're not quiet. You're right.
So, how do you see this question?
I think it's a wonderful question. Purpose, I mean, our purpose is not just to survive and not just to, get married, have children, whatever, because most people feel empty if they can have a corporate job. You may be able to relate to that, Helene. Corporate job, 6 figures, 7 figures, 3 children, 4 children, a lovely wife, a great husband, not lovely husband, great husband, and still feel lost and lonely and empty in the middle of a family. Why? Because they have no real purpose. Because they're not contributing. We need to contribute. We're here to contribute to each other. We're here to find a purpose that contributes and be creative with it. And once we find that, we're on fire. Nothing stops us. We have become unstoppable. So I'd also like to mention the word joy.
Yeah.
Stay in joy like a child. I have 4 grandchildren.
Wow.
That's
Amazing.
That's a clue, but I'm sure nobody has any idea. My age.
I'm also a grandmother of 2.
Exactly. So hang out with your grandchildren. They're curious. They're trusting. They are mostly honest, but they have imagination and they can come up with a lot of creative truths. But they are full of imagination. You don't have to buy expensive presents for your grandchildren. One of my grandchildren, the next youngest one, 5-year-old, took out my ironing board the other day. Ironing board, and I said, "Well, you need to ask because this is mine." He said, "Well, Grandma, I want to play with it." And I said, "Well, as long as you're careful, play with it." And then his elder sister, who's 7, got engaged with him, and they created this wonderful bed and this bedroom. They used all my cushions from the sofa. They were so into this creative mission, and nothing could have stopped them. I certainly didn't stop them. If you look at my kitchen, it's full of their painting. They give me joy, and I give them joy. I give freedom. They wanted to. We have lunch together, and they saw that I'd been playing cards, and the cards were on the mat. They said, "Oh, we're going to sit on the mat and eat lunch, Grandma." I said, "Well, ask first." "Well, can we?" "Yes."
Wow, lovely.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why do we keep saying no to our children? Why don't we encourage and nurture their creativity and our own at every single age, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, etc. Nurture. This is one of my paintings. You can't really see it properly behind me. I decided when I separated from my husband, I thought to myself, what do I want to do? What is really important to me? Ice skating and painting. So my life was full of ice skating and painting. And right. So, yes.
Let's go into the last one, because we are going to be mindful about the time, and we have 6 minutes, and Katarina is going to tell you about F+E+A+R. F+E+A+R.
Yes.
The word that you read there looks like fear, but let's hear your take on this.
Yeah. So this is our little gift to you. The only thing that stops us is fear. Right? If we didn't learn to be fearful, maybe with our parents, and they're trying to protect us, maybe at school. If we didn't experience fear, we'd be completely unlimited. So every day you may experience a little fear, and that's okay. And actually, as we grow, fear doesn't go away. There are more challenges. If you become an entrepreneur, there are things that can make you fearful. All right. So look at that word F+E+A+R and think about what we've actually gone through today. Number one, mind. What's that? What's important about mind? Focus, focus, focus. Don't get distracted by everything. Focus on your purpose. Focus on your vision. Focus on what Helene said for your 10 years, 8 years, break it down, break it down, break it down. What do I need to accomplish? Focus on that. E, body, energy. We need energy. I mean, you can have the best purpose in the world. You can be the most creative person in the world. But if you don't have energy, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. It's like a car without gas, without petrol, right? So focus plus energy plus action. And I would actually add to that gratitude. Action with gratitude. Go into action, be grateful, and be giving. So F+E plus great attitude and great action equals what? Your results. Because you create your results. Nobody else does.
Yes.
You create your reality. So that's our little gift to you. Put it on your wall. Every time you feel fear, go into focus. Okay, what am I going to focus on?
And that takes away everything else that maybe we have associated with fear when we change it. And that's something I love to reframe because, all of a sudden fear sounds exciting. We have focus and then energy and action and result. I mean, I feel it's like, wow, but all of a sudden, and that's what we have to train our mind to reframe. Reframes are so powerful.
Yes.
So take that with you. And if you have any ideas or anything, drop it in the comment below. We will go there and check. And, we have no idea where you are going to take it, because I didn't know it like this. But it sounds really exciting to me. So we are coming to the end now. So thank you everyone for joining us. This was our first episode of the Power Years. Katarina and I love exploring these questions with you. And like she said, let's look at them and, let's have a conversation so we can actually enjoy the years ahead. The more we will enjoy it, the more it will spread. So we hope that you're leading with new energy and perspective and inspiration for what lies ahead. So we will be back here, not back here, we will return here next Friday again at 3 o'clock with new and fresh conversation on mind, body and soul. So if something resonated, what we shared, share them in the comment and we would love to hear your thoughts and stories because that's how we grow. And if you know someone who could use a little reminder that their best years are still ahead, invite them to join us next time. Katarina, what's your last words before we close today?
I would say number one, love yourself. Love yourself, even though, we're in a society where people think, well, that's egotistical. Love yourself, find your purpose, and thrive.
I love that. Love and joy and energy. That's what we leave you for this weekend. So enjoy your weekend together and see you here next Friday.